So the footstep side actually mean that there's an enemy around, but there's just one, which means there's just one enemy. Watch what happens next. Yep, there's not just one enemy, there are two, and someone is behind him. And the guy in front of me has been dodging my bullets, so what he wants to do is to actually one-tap me with a shotgun. So the shotgunner is close and his teammate is actually far behind, but his teammate can actually use an assault rifle on me. In this situation, that's an advantage for them and that's a disadvantage for me. So the first thing you need to do in this situation is to avoid the close range first, which is the shotgunner. And after that, you can actually deal with the second guy. Watch closely. So finally we got the shotgunner, but I had to switch to a close range weapon. I was actually holding a shotgun, and if I wasn't holding a shotgun, I would have used an SMG, and if I wasn't holding an SMG, then I'll risk it with the assault rifle. So I always advise to use a shotgun or an SMG for a close range battle. Now I can undo the second teammate. Finally, we knocked down the two teammates. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you survival tips on the battlefield. Do not skip even a second of this video if you want to learn how to survive in situations like this. In this situation, I was actually waiting for an airdrop, but an enemy got there before me. And this is when I use the sneak attack. I need to jump from the roof without the enemy noticing. In order to do that, I need to actually jump without using my wingsuit. Make sure your wingsuit is turned off in your settings, and you can actually find that in basic settings. Well, I finally got him, but his teammates are actually behind me and they were shooting at me. And right now, if I get killed, I can actually come back to the match. And since we don't have a revival flight, there's no need to risk it. There's a time to run, soldier, and this is the best time to run. Survive. Counting the footsteps we are seeing, there are actually 3 enemies in this building, and I'm going in. It's a small building, so I actually need a close range weapon. You can actually use an SMG or a shotgun, and I'm actually holding a shotgun, which gives me more advantage in a small building like this. So this dude just shows up from nowhere, but luckily I'm holding a shotgun. And if you don't know how to use a shotgun, I actually made a video on how to use a shotgun on my recent video. And if you want to learn how to use a shotgun, feel free to check it out. Alright, I messed up, I crouched and I got damaged real bad. And in this situation, the best thing to do is to avoid the fight and heal up. Even pro players do this all the time. The chances of surviving that fight is extremely low, but after we heal up, we actually have 80% chance of surviving.
You're a bot.
So I actually literally missed all my shots and the enemy already called me a bot. In the battlefield, never celebrate until it's done. So what you should learn from this is that we all make mistakes in the battlefield. Do not panic. You can win.
Oh, yeah, talk. I know that's what you want to say. You want to say something now.
Your teammate has been killed.
I just helped my teammate knock down a player. But remember, there are 2 steps here, so it's not just one player. There's someone else here. So it's best to stay close to my teammate right now because 2 of us against 1 is actually a huge advantage of surviving. So after chasing and knocking out this enemy, I noticed that there's a gunshot from behind. This is why you should always pay attention to your screen and actually react fast. And now in this situation, we need to react fast. And if you want to learn how to move the way I just did, you can actually check the description and actually watch the video I made about how to move like a pro. This situation is extremely risky, especially if the enemy is actually holding a shotgun, so don't rush in. So in this situation, you can just try and side tap him if you're holding a shotgun. If you're not holding a shotgun, I'll suggest you move back because there's 10% chance of you surviving here. Well, the side tap damage lured him out, but right now he's actually confused because luckily for me, my teammate came along, so he has a high chance of dying. So that's all for today. Do drop a like on this video if you want more content like this. Bye for now, soldiers.